Folks, I'm Alpha, and over there, and oh boy, I totally forgot to change the ticker on this. Here's a good title. $1 Billion Rockets. Alpha Revisits. Buzz Aldrin's race into space with wits sharper than fang.
Take it you've already
I did once with Shadow, one of my usual Saturday night players. The one who had a baby not too long ago.
That's right. There's so many pop-ups on this silly game I couldn't see what cards I had. But anyway, we're live and rolling?
We are live and rolling. And I'm about to...
So tell me, share this game with me.
Sure
How
thing.
old is it?
It is 1993.
Woof!
Alright, give me one moment to make sure I can fire this up very, very quickly. Okay, here it comes for you folks on Discord, or on Twitch. Here it comes for you, Wit. Can you hear it okay? Good. So here we have some screenshots of the space race between US and the Soviets, of which this game is very largely revolved around.
Do we get to play as the Soviets?
We can. Do you wish to?
I don't know. Is there any starting difference, or are they ostensibly the same?
Ostensibly, they're the same. Just there are cosmetic differences between the Cape and whatever the Soviets called their station.
Hey, what the fuck is play-by-mail?
This is how online play worked at the time. It was actually pretty phenomenal back then. Like kind of a save by state, and then the other person takes their turn, and then save back by state. Alright, so do we wish to play as the US or as the Soviets?
What an interesting question. Yes, the United States?
Okay. What do we call ourselves?
Oh, you mean like our person?
Yeah. We're assuming the helm of NASA.
Probably some combination of our names.
Just the standard? You want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first of all, we're gonna make this really easy for us and really difficult for the computer, because doing so pretty much makes things even. There's cheating going on if you assign equal levels, like behind the screen. So...
I thought 2-pair beat a flush.
Nope, not at all. Flush is higher. Wit's over there playing online poker while we're running the country.
It just turns out I don't know shit about shit.
That's
I still don't fully understand en passant and chess, and Silver tried to explain it to me in 2 different ways. And I thought I got it, and I tried to do it in my chess game app, and it didn't work, so now I truly have no idea. So
we're going to keep the rest of the settings as is here. And do we want to name the Russians something?
particularly. I mean, they've got to have some name, but I have no real thoughts. I mean, I guess.
I mean, it's in Russian convention, is it not?
It just implies that that is a male person, because if it was a woman, it would end in an A.
Do you wanna face a female director or a male director, or just, let me think. Is there a neutrality here?
We're wasting time. Just, Jeff.
I'm just gonna call it. Oh, okay. You want Jeff?
Yep.
Fine, we'll do Jeff. Here we go. First thing that happens on each turn is the news, and the first story is always the same.
Good evening. Developments in the news today. President Eisenhower announced the name of the director of America's space program. The director will lead the United States in the exploration of space. And that's the news. I'm Carter Walkwright.
That's totally a play on Dan Rather, right?
Yeah, right.
Also in the news, the Pentagon has announced a new strategy.
Oh, yes.
We could just...
Anything else?
We could just leave it at that and it would be really funny. But the Pentagon has announced a new strategy in the event of a nuclear war. Massive retaliation. A Pentagon spokesman said that this will make any adversary think twice before initiating a nuclear strike on America. My, how brutal.
Yeah.
Alright, so... I promised an allowance, and the disparity in skill level is not that allowance. So...
That wasn't it?
No. I will explain that in a minute, but first, let me explain how this works a little bit. So, we're running NASA, and our job is to win the space race as we did back in 1969.
Just orbit or to the moon?
First to land on the moon and get back alive wins. Historically, we did it in 1969. We have until 1977. And there are 2 turns per year, one in the spring, one in the fall. So basically every 6 months, the story continues. Let's take a look at what all we have around here.
This is Kerbal Space Program.
The predecessor thereof, essentially.
Well, so hell, I have that game.
So we have a research and development facility. And adjacent to it, the purchasing facility. So we begin our programs and buy our first units here. Now, the first mission we're going to carry out is an orbital satellite. Here in the US, we do that with the Explorer. So listed here, we have an initial cost. So the cost to start the program and get our first unit, and then the unit cost each time we purchase after.
Right.
We start with 60 megabucks. And that gets replenished according to our budget on the spring of every year. So this money needs to last us until spring of 1958. So 2 turns.
Hey, who decides our budget?
Our successes, the RNGs as politicians, and if people die, our budget gets cut too.
Okay.
So other things to notice are R&D costs per team, which we'll explain on the other building. Unit weight, which the rockets have to have a stronger force than that weight in order to work.
Okay.
So first thing we need to do is get some equipment built. So we're going to start the Explorer satellite. We'll get bigger satellites as we go on. And we need a rocket to fly that thing. So the first one we've got is the Atlas rocket. Very expensive to start. That's got a payload of 600, which can easily carry the Explorer, so we're going to start that program. Now we've got one of each. Safety factor for the Explorer satellite, which we improved by research, goes up. It starts at 40. The Atlas begins at 10. So it's going to be a while before this son of a bitch is actually ready to go. And with those two...
Do we have to try and fail to get that to go up, or we just have to wait?
Well, trying and failing, if there's nobody on board to die, will not hurt us. But we do have the research facility that lets us boost it.
And it would cost material. It doesn't, you don't learn faster from trying and failing.
No.
Okay.
Alright, so we'll start with the rocket. We really need to get that up. The more teams we assign to it, the better we'll do in terms of a percentage increase.
Is this... Do we have to hire people, or we already have people?
We have to hire them each time. Or assign them, really. So we're
What's
going
our
to...
maximum pool?
5 teams. For the rockets, that is 2 megabucks apiece. We need the percentage increase, though. Like, badly. So we'll do that. Gets us 16%. Now, once that turns green, it'll become important to the next level of this class. I'm going to do the same for the Explorer satellite. Gets us 13 up to 53. Still not very good. Now I'm going to deploy the allowance I mentioned earlier. I'm going to see if you notice it when I click continue. Give me 1 sec.
This feels like a cheat code, or editing of a configuration file.
You be the judge. And here comes the continue. Uh-oh, is that not the right one?
Same money, same year, but it's spring. Safety factor went up by a lot.
Did it?
I think so. Oh, I think I was still thinking of the last one. My bad.
Okay,
the other guy.
There we go.
Oh, come on. That's not an allowance.
Oh, that's
whole damn inheritance.
Well,
so explain why you've broken the game.
Because the computer has too many advantages to make the amount of money that we're given even remotely fair. Basically,
is there not a cheat code that nerfs some of those instead?
Not that
now this isn't fun. What's the point?
Oh, the point will come when the missions actually happen. I can't do anything to increase the safety factor or our odds of surviving a mission. So the fun will come actually during mission flight.
Very well.
All of that
just click every button at the most.
Unfortunately,
wake me up when we get to something exciting.
Oh, I have zero control whatsoever over the mission itself.
So if we have no control over the missions, and we've taken away the reason to use our control on the things we have control over, where is the game?
The game is essentially in the news reports, in hopeful Soviet misfortune, and in the fact that the endings tend to rub it in everybody's face.
So we're watching this game. We're not playing it.
Unless you'd really rather play without a money cheat?
Is there a number between 60 and 999?
100?
300.
300?
Yes.
I think I can tolerate that. So we'll subtract the 45 that we've already spent for 255.
Alright, now I care again.
Alright.
So, do you get an improvement in safety factor every season?
Nope. Not unless we research. We have to research for it
every season?
We have to we can research every season. Nothing is given to us unless the news decides to be merciful.
Okay, show me the research. So this is the research facility.
Yeah.
And I notice you're on our Atlas rocket.
Yeah.
And the 5-person is depressed and the improvement button is already depressed. Can we
Yeah.
press it again?
No, we've already used our research on this item for this turn.
Oh, this is still... We started in spring. I see.
Yeah. It's still spring until we end our turn.
Okay. Is there a reason to go into capsule already?
Well, with the money that we had starting out, no. With the money that we have now, yes, we can get a jump start on Mercury, which will give us our orbital missions.
What's miscellaneous these days?
I'll show you in just a sec. Use 18 to get the jump start on Mercury. Mercury starts at a 5%.
Yeah, I bet.
Miscellaneous. So there are boosters which allow us some kind of supplemental rocket power.
Oh, okay.
And these
But
are odd
probably
because they
increased chances of things that go wrong.
Yeah, because that's another thing. There's two
Another
types.
dice.
I'm not 100% sure how the kickers are applied or where we'd best put them. I would assume like on a bigger mission that we need a little bit extra.
But don't want to spend the resources to train up a whole new rocket.
Yeah. I'm going to start at the EVA suits.
Yeah, I guess. It seems early, but we do have some money to play with.
It is early. There's no way we'd be able to do this starting out. I mean, I played this fairly when I did it with Shadow, and we got fucked up the ass on every turn on it, so... Not wanting that to be the case again, that's why I did it the way I did it.
Okay.
20% improvement up to 50 for the suits. Oh, these are ridiculous. When we get to the docking missions, we can't research them. We have to trial and error these.
Really?
And the safety factor only starts...
Test them.
Nope, and the safety factor only starts at 40, so we start out already against the
Oof.
8 ball with no real help.
Alright, so have we done...
We've done all we can here, for now. Or all that's sensible to do. We're not going to move up until we start getting some green safety factors. And
Are there any other buildings that matter?
So, satellite programs. This is kind of our statistical thing here. The lunar flyby has to go up before we can do any moon missions. We can do that by probes and flybys.
Hang on, when they use satellite in this context, do they actually mean the thing you send into space, or do they mean, like, an outstanding building?
By satellite, they mean the thing that goes into space.
Thank you.
Satellites is just statistics. Mercury, we need astronauts. That'll come in a few seasons. I'll explain it then. Administration is our main menu. We assign our missions here. We check our budget here. We can get to purchasing from here. We can recruit astronauts from here. Options menu, save load. Museum of Space History if you want to see how things are going so far. Vehicle assembly once we decide on a mission. Mission control comes after vehicle assembly. Viewing stand if we want to see previous missions or earlier news.
Okay.
The Pentagon gives us information on the Soviets starting in the fall of 1958 and every fall thereafter.
Okay.
Launch facilities are here. Capitol building tells us what the Vice President thinks of what we're doing.
He's in charge?
Yep. Always starts right down the middle. At level 1, you can't be fired, but they can recommend you stepping down. 2 and 3, you get fired if you get down far enough.
Oof.
Washington Monument is just there. Tracking station is just there.
Okay, the Washington Monument doesn't make any sense, but the tracking station at least has an educational purpose.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so the process of setting up a mission. First you go to the future missions in the administration building. So here you can cycle through all of the available missions, starting with the first one, which is the orbital satellite. Next we go into manned and unmanned suborbitals using the Mercury capsule.
Suborbitals of whom? Earth?
Yeah, like we're still in the atmosphere in a suborbital.
And that doesn't come first? We do orbital first? Isn't it easier to stay...
Hold on. Well, the suborbitals come right after the satellite, and then come the manned Earth orbitals.
Oh, the difference is there are men on this one.
Right, exactly.
Got it.
So now, notice the negative number on the right side of the main window here.
I do.
That's how many points off of safety factor we lose coming into each mission. We cannot do better than -1. Now note that as we go down to more complex missions, that number continues to get harder and go down. By succeeding in one mission, you're able to better that up to -1 going forward.
Oh, okay.
The unmanned is less dangerous than the manned for obvious reasons, so that's why the number's lower there. And then a manned Earth orbital, you lose 7, and going so on down the line. EVA missions come after that, and then your flybys with more powerful satellites. Probe landings, which do better for your recon than the flybys do. For bonus prestige, you can get the planets flown by, so Venus, Mercury.
Oh wow.
The docking missions. There's a lot here that can be done.
So, is this the you win the game, but you can keep playing and doing stuff kind of stuff?
Once you
the game ends in 77. And whatever you've accomplished, you've accomplished.
Yeah, once you get to the moon and back, the game ends, or your opponent. Once Fall of 77 passes, the game ends. Those are pretty much the only end conditions that I know of. Either time runs out or somebody completes the manned moon mission.
Mm-hmm.
Now, even if we bought everything, we would not stand any good chance at doing the lunar landings now. Look at that factor.
Woof.
Besides, we have no astronauts for a year and a half, so no doing that anyway. So we're going to start...
So let's go back to baby steps.
Yeah, we're going to start easy with the orbital satellite. So that's going to be assigned to Pad A, which is the only one that we've got.
What's our budget now that you've...
Like 190 something. So we can certainly still afford to do other missions.
Oh, I have a question. Now
Yes.
that we've fucked with our opening numbers,
Mm-hmm.
What does our refill budget look like? Are they going to give us all that much again, or does it just go by the rules of what it thinks you had?
It'll probably go by the rules of what it thinks we had. So what
should we be saving some of this?
Some of it, not necessarily all of it. Because, I mean, the biggest part of our spending was actually starting up the programs. And that's the only number that I've screwed with out of all of this. I'm not touching the dice rolls. I'm not touching the astronaut stats. I'm not touching the
research costs or
the
whatever.
research costs. I'm not touching the loss factors.
Okay.
Like, I'm doing just enough to make this a little bit less fucky in the early stages.
Is there a benefit to doing a mission more than once?
Yes. Increased prestige. So, more prestige.
Should we also set Pad B to unmanned suborbital?
That's what I'm doing. I'm going to do an unmanned suborbital, and I'm going to do an unmanned Earth orbital as well.
What does prestige do for us in this game?
Better for our performance and better for our future budget.
I see.
Basically, how good is the impression we're being given on the news from what we're doing. And mission successes are how we accomplish that.
Even if it's the same mission.
Yes. The prestige is lesser after the first time, obviously, because it's not so much news, but continued success is still a slight morale booster.
Alright, I like that.
Alright, so unmanned suborbital there. And then we'll do the unmanned Earth orbital. So all 3 pads are now in use. I need to purchase another... what's the...
Are the suborbitals intended to be recovered? Is that why they are more complicated?
Suborbitals don't go up as high.
Is that harder? I thought that would be easier. I thought that would be something we would do first.
Well,
but they're later on the checklist.
I mean, I don't know. I'm thinking there's more complication in actually breaking atmosphere. Making the Earth orbital tougher. Yeah, and we're doing that
first.
We're doing them... Well, the recommended line here is the orbital satellite, the suborbital, and then the Earth orbital. We're doing all 3 pretty much in succession here.
The second 2 don't involve breaking atmosphere, do they?
The Earth orbital does, the suborbital doesn't.
So why isn't suborbital first?
Suborbital
This is not important, I just don't understand it.
Suborbital is first.
No. Orbital satellite is first.
Orbital satellite is first, yes. And then the suborbital, and then the capsule Earth orbital.
Which also has a man?
They can.
What's the point of doing an unmanned suborbital? That's my point.
Equipment test.
I guess.
I mean, you wouldn't want to test a potentially shaky thing with somebody in it, would you?
Well, suborbital, hell, that's just going up in an airplane.
More or less. But if the airplane blows up...
Then you sue JetBlue. Next question.
Yeah. Alright, so... I need another capsule. So that'll only cost 2 since we started the program.
Hang on, why do we need another capsule?
Because I'm sending
only one on the nose?
Because I'm sending 1 capsule up on a sub and 1 capsule up on an Earth. If one of them goes up in smoke, I'm gonna need another one.
I thought a capsule is just to put the men in.
It is, but it's still equipment.
Why are we soldering it to our satellite?
Well, no, we're not. The Explorer satellite is for the orbital satellite mission, and the 2 capsules are for the suborbital and the Earth orbital.
Oh.
These are 3 totally separate missions.
Okay.
And I need rockets for each of them, so that's 2 more of those.
Should we be hiring an astronaut at this point?
Fall of 58, I believe, is the first time.
Oh, that's right. That was mentioned.
I'm sorry, spring 1958. If you try and go in now, it'll tell you how many seasons we're waiting. And by seasons, they're talking 6-month periods.
Okay.
Alright, so... After assigning the future missions, we go into vehicle assembly.
Is Kerbal.
Oh, did I not lock that in? I don't think I did. Alright. Oh, unless that takes effect on the next season. I'm an idiot. So we set our future missions now, and then come next season, we can do everything else to prep it.
Okay.
Believe that's it for now. So the soonest you can fly a mission is fall of 1957. So then the Soviets take their turn very quickly, and then now the random news events start happening. Let's see what they got for us.
Good evening. Developments in the news today. Due to mismanagement and corruption by some contractors, results have been fabricated. Congress
when you're done, keep it this way.
Results in R&D will be weaker for 1 year.
Oh,
And
no.
that's the news.
And that kind of shit is why I toy with the money.
Yeah, but you don't have to break the game amount of money.
Also in the news, in West Pakistan, an express train crashed into a standing oil train, killing nearly 300.
Woof!
Oi. So now notice that the launch facilities are a bit enhanced.
Yeah. As in, there's 2 more of them.
2 more of them, and they now have shuttles, or the illustration of shuttles attached to them.
Oh, to show that they're earmarked for a mission?
Right. So now that we are here, the future missions are the now missions, and they appear in the hardware assembly. So we go into that. It'll auto-purchase if you don't already have the equipment, but I went ahead and got them. So just click the Assign button, and that gets put together. So we need the capsule, we need the rocket. Still have 1 more of each, let's assign that too. Then we have to go to mission control to determine when we fly these missions. You can fly them, if you think it's running a close race with the Soviets, you can fly them faster than these months here. But there's a rushing penalty of both cost and safety factor to try and win that time back. So there's a risk involved if you really need to speed things up.
Oh, I get it.
I have no need to do that at this moment, so we're going to fly the orbital satellite in September, the suborbital in October, and the Earth orbital in November. Those missions are now set, so at the time that we end our turn, the missions will fly. But there's some
So is there any more research and purchasing we should do?
Oh, yes.
Do we have the chance to make some of our stuff a little safer before it goes up?
Yes. Unfortunately, because of that news report, we lose 1% of research per team, so...
Boo.
So it's going to cost us... We're going to get 5% less on a 5-team research. So where we could have gotten 19, we only got 14 on the Explorer satellite, and we're still not green to move to the next level.
Oh.
Atlas, we weren't going to get there regardless, but
No.
that considered, 17 is still not bad.
43 is almost a good number.
The Mercury capsule, get 16 on that. We'll do this for the suits, 16%. You know what? We're going to start on the boosters, just because we can.
Yes. Do you find yourself using them?
I may later, I'm not sure yet. But I'd rather not wait until it's too late.
I suppose you're right. The more initial investment you can do, the better it seems.
Right. So we got 13% on the A booster and 12 on the B booster. So B starts at 22, A starts at 10. Alright, that's as good as we're going to do for now in research. Still 1 more season before the astronauts show up.
So we could launch the satellite whenever, but the other ones are going to have to wait.
Right. And now the review will change come the next year, so when spring hits, we'll see what they think. And we'll have a fairly good idea about that come the missions. 2 more things right now. The Arlington Cemetery.
Oh, for all the people we blew up?
Yep.
Yikes. That's dire.
Yeah. And the moon. To check our recon level. Starts at 55. Ideally, we want to get it to 80 or higher. The cap is 99.
Of how many pictures you've taken of the moon?
Yeah, before we try and land on it. That should be it for the moment. So, we have a choice to scrub the mission if we really think it's going to go poorly. Not that I don't right now, but we lose nothing by these attempts aside from a little bit of equipment. So the missions go like this. For each step, there is a D100 roll, and the win-lose barrier is the safety factor.
Oh, okay.
So if the roll lands higher than our number, the step fails, and things could go wrong.
All systems are go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
So notice on the computer down here where the green bar just shot up. Behind it is a blue bar which represents our safety factor for that step and that piece of equipment. So we came real close to something going on with the rocket on launch.
This is wildly good for 93. The step one is launch.
Yep. Now, even if I don't increase the money again that way, I got a decent demonstration of how the game works out of this, which I wouldn't have gotten disadvantaged like that. So this is the insertion burn, which involves the satellite, which is up at 67. Yep. I'll be damned. I'll be a fucking monkey.
I take it you weren't expecting the RNG to be so kind?
No. So, for having done it first over the Russians, we got ourselves 12 prestige points, where the second team to do it gets 6. This is going to be real good for our budget and our performance. So on the bottom is the prestige first listing, which is orbital satellite. So the Soviets can suck it for round 1. Now the next one promises not to be nearly as kind. Both the capsule and the rocket are 44% for the suborbital.
Under 50.
Yeah. Well, let's try it anyway. Maybe we'll get another piece of demonstration.
Okay, stand by for final status check. Booster.
Go.
Retro.
Go.
Vital. Go. Guidance.
10, 9, 8,
Guidance, you go.
7,
Stand by one. Surgeon.
6,
Go. Go. GC. Go. G-stand guidance.
3, 2,
Go. Fly.
1,
Capcom, we're go.
0.
How weird did we say 3 twice? Whoops.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Well, I hate to see it.
I got a pitch and a roll program, and this baby is really going. Roger that. Stand by for mode 1 Bravo. That's a lovely liftoff. That's not dead at all.
When does it go bad?
Right away, Houston.
Very soon.
No go. Roger. Report. No go. Report. No go.
Roger, flight, area Charlie.
Area Charlie.
At 9+20.
Boy, that just fizzled out, huh?
Roger. Report. No go.
I wouldn't call that fizzling.
Roger, flight, area Charlie.
Area Charlie.
At 9+20.
That's a lot of fire. Wow.
This is part of the fun, is seeing what explosion footage they come out with.
They don't
Premature,
show the Challenger, do they?
not to my knowledge, no. I'm pretty sure they would have considered that tasteless.
Good, because I do too.
Premature engine burnout. Range officer destroys rocket and payload. Why'd you destroy it?
Kind of
whatever.
looked like it was all blowed up.
Well, it'll also show you in numbers on the top left how badly we lost.
What your check was.
Yeah. Well, that didn't work, so we get no prestige. But it's not catastrophic, of course, because no lives were lost. See if we can do better here.
I bet we can't.
I'm gonna skip over the countdown this time just to see if we can
Yeah,
get to the mission
how do you do that?
by clicking.
No go.
What?
Report no go.
Oh.
No go. Roger.
That wasn't even close. And look at this. That is not stable at all.
No go.
No, what are you talking about? It's
No
supposed to
go.
be that.
Report no go.
Major fire on the pad. Launch is canceled. Rocket and payload destroyed. 83. Ouch. Well, that didn't go well.
And the dice rolls make me
Good
want to,
evening.
like...
Developments in the news today. At the space agency, there has been a scientific breakthrough.
Oh,
with its
gee,
program.
thanks.
And that's the news.
Well,
I'm Carter
wouldn't you
Walker.
argue that it blowing up twice was not a lot of breakthrough research?
Break apart research, maybe. Also in the news, go ahead.
I can't remember my question,
Okay.
to be honest.
Also in the news, President Eisenhower has announced that 14,000 Marines will be sent to Lebanon in order to bring an early peace to the splintered Middle Eastern country.
Yeah, how long did that last?
Not very. Now are my pads...
What was my question?
Okay, my pads are all fine. The fire didn't do anything.
Oh, the dice rolls
Yes.
and of it all make me want to try and figure out a way to make this a tabletop game.
There might be one out there. I'm going to have to do some research.
I would be surprised.
I mean,
Certainly not based on this,
yeah.
but I guess there could be one.
We've gone up a little bit. Alright, that's good at least. Did I forget to set future missions? I think I did.
Oh yeah, we were so concerned with the current missions that we didn't really plan ahead.
Oh, that's okay. Might be for the best, really.
Oh yes.
Alright, so we always want to do research where we can. 19% boost on the Explorer. Oh no, on Mercury. Yeah, so we didn't lose any for an unmanned failure. And it looks like we got spared for the weak research. Because I don't see that here anymore. Or maybe they
do effects normally last more than one turn?
It said 1 year, which implies 2 turns. Well, maybe not,
Huh.
because these numbers suggest that we're still down where we were. Alright, so the safety factor on Explorer is now green, which means if we
Level 2 of that thing.
if we had bought the next satellite where the safety factor was still red, the safety factor would start lower. Since we got to green on Explorer, we can start the Ranger higher.
Higher than 0?
Higher than,
Oh, it only appears once you buy it, huh?
right. This would have been, I want to say, 25 if we had jumped the gun on it.
Oh, that's pretty significant.
Yeah, so
Okay.
we start there. And we can do research on it immediately. 15% up to 60. So the Ranger will start allowing us to the moon. The Atlas rocket is still red, we can't move on. Mercury capsule is green, so we can move up to Gemini for some 2 manned missions. Let's make the purchase. Make the research. This would have been 5 again. Instead we got 20. Pick array booster, increase. Trigger B booster, increase. EVA suit, increase. And we're pretty near the max R&D for the EVA suits now, which is 91. And then maximum safety, we can only go beyond R&D up to the safety max by sending these things on missions. Alright. So we did alright with the satellite. Now would be the time to start stepping up. So now... Wait, what? Oh, fascinating. I was not aware of this. I guess by clearing a mission of a particular class, we do get up to 0 on a loss. The manned suborbital, since we did that, is now a -1. Earth orbital steps up to -4. Don't know that there's really a point in trying the unmanned missions again. Now, here's a choice I'll leave up to you. We're going to bring... No. Let's go back. Okay, we can bring our astronauts in now. So there are 7 positions to fill. It'll cost us 20 megabucks to hire them. Here's how that looks. Here's our guys. And for each of these astronauts, we can see their capsule piloting skill and their endurance right on their applications. So these skill factors go up to 4, and what that does is, if they are assigned to that particular spot on a mission, like if they're assigned to be a capsule pilot, then their capsule skill will increase the safety factor by that much. So like if he's flying the capsule on an orbital mission, those 3 points get tacked onto the safety factor from 72 to 75, let's say. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I mean, like, we need good capsule pilots. We need good people for lunar modules, EVA missions, docking. Endurance counts toward lengthy missions, like 5-day durations in space or something like that. Since we only know 2 of their stats on the application, that's where I tend to go as far as a reference for who to hire. So if I can find somebody that's got 5 or more points on the application, so Kinchelo, 3 and 2, and there is a news event that allows for women astronauts later.
Neat.
So I'm gonna get this guy. We've got 7 slots. 4 and 1, that's good. 2 and 3, that's good. That's it on 5s, and we have a total of 11 astronauts to pick from. So we need to fill 4 more slots, and nobody's stats go higher than 4. How many 4s do we have anyhow? Yeah. Grissom is a 4. Walker's a 4. Alright, so now we have a decision to make. Everybody else has only 3 stat points showing or less. So with the knowledge that the capsule pilot skill helps toward the Mercury capsules or the Gemini capsules, and that endurance helps when we get to lengthy missions up in space. Let's see, we've got Alan Shepard is a 3 with 2 for endurance and 1 for capsule. John Glenn is 1 for each. Don't remember who Carpenter is, but he's got 3. Don't remember who Shira is, but he's got 3. Wood has 3. Rogers has 3. Now, there will be another wave in, I want to say, 4 seasons. And the capsule missions come before the endurance missions. So here we would typically want to get the capsule pilot guys, unless you have any astronaut that you have a particular affinity for.
No, I guess fill out the roster the most accurately.
Okay. I'm gonna get Wood. And in order to do something with my wood, I'm going to get a carpenter. That's my mnemonic when I have to break ties. Thoughts?
That you are exactly what you are and nothing more.
Why, thank you. Oh shit, 6 seasons. That's alright though. So now when we get them, they are put right into basic training. Where unless we pull them out to do missions, they will stay for 3 turns. And their stats, poor as they tend to start, will increase over this time. Now we have mood, which represents, kind of the obvious really, but once that gets too low, they will declare that they're leaving or they're retiring or some other kind of thing. Now the news can have random events that affect these guys, so they can get injured doing stuff other than taking missions, or like they'll get sick, or they'll decide spontaneously that they have a better place to be than here. That kind of thing. So kind of on the edge of our seats all the way out, hoping that our astronauts don't like walk out on us. Yeah, everybody starts in a green mood, generally no lower than 85. I don't remember whether I have to withdraw them from training now or later. Astronaut complex is where we put the astronauts that are out of training and not otherwise occupied.
Well, we only have, like, kind of 1 per training slot, right? We've got no extras right now.
Nope. Everybody's in basic. But I want to try something here. I want to start pulling manned missions. And... Alright, so we're going to have to move guys out now. So what do I want to try and do? I want to try and do a manned suborbital, a manned Earth orbital, and a manned orbital EVA. So this is where yeah, okay. So this is where the length of time and the endurance factor comes into effect. The higher the endurance factor, the better they'll do that long up there. I'm going to try to do all of these with the Mercury capsule, kind of keep things simple. So here's a decision. Who do we yoink from basic training to do these 3 missions?
The one who is already best at it, so the other guys can train?
Alright, so we'll grab Slayton. He's the best capsule guy. Kincheloe is a 3. Grissom is a 3, and Walker is a 3. Who do we pull out of those 3 guys?
The ones who have the second best stats? That's probably the guy with all zeros?
Alright, so he's got a net of 0, Kincheloe. Grissom's got all zeros, and Walker's got a net of -2, so that simplifies the decision. So Kincheloe comes out, Grissom comes out, everybody else can stay right there. Now future missions. The manned suborbital. Oh. I have to move them. So now that they're out of training, they've been stuffed into the complex. We're going to move them all into Mercury. Now we have to go into the Mercury building and assign everybody to a flight crew.
Presumably all the same one, because we want them all in the same capsule. Oh no, there's 2 separate ones, right?
It's a one-man
and
capsule.
one-
Yep. So now, there's one position here, and that's capsule pilot. Now, when we start getting to 2, 3, 4-man missions, morale becomes important. Like, how do these guys get along with each other? Because if you stick 2 guys who don't like each other together, as shown by what would be a green or a red box, that'll decrease their mood and make them more likely to quit. They'll get the mission done. It won't affect the mission itself, but they won't be happy afterward. So we have these guys in crews. Now let's try this one more time. Manned suborbital. Mercury. 3 flight crews. Now we can have a primary crew and a backup crew. But we are going to do no scope, no backup here. And just hope that nothing happens to any of these guys in the meantime. So now they'll train for the next 6 months for this mission specifically. And we'll get one on a manned Earth orbital. Let's make that Slayton. And finally, the manned orbital EVA for 1 to 2 days. One point of endurance, that should be fine. Now it'll tell you if a flight crew is assigned, so you don't have to keep mental track. Alright, future missions are set. Let's see if I have enough money for this. Well, now we have a choice. Oh, really? No, we don't. We set the missions. Now we gotta buy stuff. Need 3 capsules and 3 rockets. Which, unless we cheat again, doesn't leave us with much money for research. I'll pray for success at this point, I guess. So now we can just move on. We've done all we can. How do you feel about taking over the decision-making from this point forward?
Good evening. Developments in the news today. There's been an important advance in engineering for the space program.
Oh, hello!
Cut the cost in all
Holy
programs by
smokes.
50% this year. And that's the news.
Well-
I'm Carter Wolfright.
Check intelligence. The CIA reports new information. Also in the news, General Charles de Gaulle becomes French premier and is elected president of France's 5th Republic.
Well,
Now that
I
we...
guess step 1 is go to research.
Okay.
We could get the next satellite. We already have the next satellite.
Mm-hmm.
I would say... How much? Oh, we only have 12? Jesus Christ. Okay, ignore the satellite.
Okay.
We're doing manned stuff. So I guess capsules and rockets?
Okay.
What comes after the Mercury capsule?
Mercury capsule is followed by Gemini.
It's all of our money, so forget that. Cost per team.
Now bear in mind here, if you're deciding, the max R&D is 80%. We can only get 4% more out of this.
That's pretty safe. How are How's our miscellaneous stuff doing? Is this still just manned orbital, or are we EVAing?
We have an EVA, which requires the same capsule.
Okay. Then, how are our suits?
Suits are 88%. Only 3 off
Just
of max.
Any further suits?
No.
Any further miscellaneous, I mean.
The docking module, which can't be researched, and the 2 kicker
Not yet.
boosters.
Okay, and how are we on rockets?
The Atlas is at 57.
Okay, we gotta fix that.
Okay, how far do we want to go with it? We have 28% that we can gain.
Are astronauts gonna cost us money this turn? Do we have to pay them?
Oh no, we don't have to do that until we hire the next crew.
Then what else might cost us money this turn?
The only other thing would be the purchase of future equipment.
Is there anything we really want right now?
And not that I can think of. Just what's necessary for the 3 missions we're doing.
Then I guess all of it?
Maximum research. 19% improvement, very nice. We're up to 76, which is good for the next purchase. Except for the fact that we haven't got the money for it.
Yep.
Not yet.
So I believe that's everything we can do here.
Okay.
We're not purchasing anything.
Let me show you the new buildings real quick that we got since acquiring the astronauts.
Okay.
There are now 5 advanced training buildings, 1 for each stat. The pool for EVA, the planetarium for docking, the airfield for capsule, the centrifuge for endurance, and the helipad for lunar module. There's also a medical center for anybody who's injured but not killed on a mission. Their recovery time varies, or they may die in the hospital. Other than that, what's new? The Pentagon, I think. The Soviet stats would show up in red. Oh wow.
Their rockets.
They focused on their rockets, it looks like. And that's all the fuck they know.
Yeah.
If you want, we can assign future missions. There will be money coming in since we're going into spring.
Sure. Let's do that. Are we assuming that we're going to be succeeding?
That is entirely up to you.
Is it safer just to plan these ones again?
Yes, but if they succeed, then we can just scrub them and not do any missions at all. That's the danger to it, is if you change your mind on the next turn, you just don't get missions at all. I guess their reasoning is that these things require planning. If we were to move on, the missions would be... What's after the EVA? The next missions up would be the lunar flyby, the lunar probe landing. We can do flybys of the planets for additional prestige. We can start doing the dockings too. So we have a couple choices here. Keep on going down, or if we want to try and do a lunar docking later as opposed to a direct descent, then we can start getting the docking done. Now, pass or fail, that's... actually, a fail is 5% and a pass is 10, I think. Increase in safety. So it would go up.
Yeah, then let's do it.
You want to do all docking?
Yes, because docking just has to be done. There's nothing.
Oh. Do we need a Gemini to do this? I guess we do. Okay, so if we want to carry that out, the next question becomes, do we yoink these guys from training in order to have 2 crews to do these docking missions? Their moods are dropping, it looks like, too.
Will letting them work be good, or do we have to like put them on vacation or something?
They seem to increase their moods when they're actually put on real missions. But the obvious drawback of yanking them from training is their stats don't go up. So basically, if you have enough confidence in your safety factors, then by all means. Kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
I say there's fun to be had here.
I mean, for who? Us or them?
Well, Eisenhower once ordered me in Shadow to send a guy up after 2 failed unmanned missions. Said that the next space launch would be a manned mission on television without any consult from us. So basically, under threat of severe budget cut, we had to send somebody up, and you want to take a guess at what happened?
Loaded.
Kaboom.
Oh, I was joking. Yikes.
No, people can die in this game.
I just didn't think it was going to be quite so severe.
Yeah. Do we play this safe, or do we play this?
It's already 9. Let's play.
Alright. Come on out, everybody. Let's see if I can get some combinations where these guys actually like each other. So we'll go here. Capsule pilot. And LM pilot. None of these guys has any LM skill whatsoever. So we're going to get our 2 stronger capsule pilots, which are Walker and Wood. Let's see how Walker and Cooper do with each other. No info at all at this level? Unless they just don't tell us at astronaut level 3. I don't know, whatever. There we go, we'll just get them there. Alright, now dock time. Manned orbital docking. And another orbital docking. Alright, the future is set. Money comes in after this. Mission assembly comes in after this. Alright, mission time. Oh. Actually, mission time comes after this. Assign. 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 We cannot afford to rush anything, so September, October, November again. And off we go.
Do it.
76% each so far for each of these. Here goes. Skip over the countdown. Alright, this time we actually get underway.
Liftoff at 7:51 a.m.
up's not so bad.
Alright. I love the bird's eye view they have on this one. How'd he do, Silver?
Oh, is he in chat?
He is. Now, do you see that yellow line at the top of the re-entry bar?
I do.
That represents a perfect 4 on the skill point for the capsule. Now, if it lands somewhere in there, that means the pilot saved your ass from a failure.
Oh, interesting.
And that is the 3 steps to a suborbital.
Alright. Well done, everyone.
There's something really satisfying about watching the parachute open up. Never mind the fact that it looks like a gigantic tent. And the Maple has landed. So we got the first one-person craft mission and the first manned space mission over the Soviets. And safety factor increased by 1% on each. Ooh, close.
We have liftoff. Liftoff at 7.
We have seen this liftoff in this launch video.
Ignition. I got a picture to roll program.
Insertion burn is good too.
Roger that. Stand by for mode 1 Bravo.
Oh, that's great.
1 Bravo.
And this is
Even better.
this one is new, the Earth orbital. I like that. We love low rolls around here. Ah,
Let go, flight. Roger, Capcom, we're go.
Oh no.
burn is successful. Proceed with mission. We just caught a save.
That was the pilot.
No, not even the pilot. We just drew a lucky event. We're still good. The
Oh.
crew's still fine. Everything's okay.
No go. Roger, you are no go.
On second thought, defective heat shield manages to protect craft. Craft safety factor reduced by 20%.
Really? Again?
Yeah, so now we're down to a 56 on the capsule, with 1 step to go. Oh no!
Jesus, they couldn't possibly.
Roger, you are no go.
Destructive landing by the looks of it. Extraction difficulties, capsule flotation fails and sinks. Oh, Slayton survived. Whew. He's
That's
alive, but he's hurt. Result was a mission injury, so it counts as a failure. So Slayton is going to be out of action for at least a turn, maybe longer. Well, safety factors hold up because there was no death. Now for the orbital mission. Launch is fine. Insertion burn is fine.
Still consider yourself go for the next orbit. That is affirmative. I am go for the next orbit. Ground concurs.
So there should be another cycle. Yep,
Okay.
that's doing okay.
Okay, I'm done and over. That's like $1 million. This is the greatest experience I've just remembered.
Oh, this is a pretty visual. Okay, one to go.
Drogue is out. Roger, drogue came out at 30,000 in about a 90-degree yaw. Roger, re-entry checklist complete.
Look at that friction effect. That is pretty.
This looks so good.
Like they found a way to get real footage on floppy disks for this. And we've seen this landing footage. The gigantic tit parachute. We got a manned orbital and a spacewalk. So all in all, we get a net gain of 35 prestige, which should make the VP real happy.
That's a lot of prestige.
Good evening. Developments in the news today. A contractor for the space program has grossly underestimated the development costs for one of its programs.
Uh-oh.
R&D will cost additional
Permanently?
funds permanently. And that's the news.
Sucks to be them, because we're already 3% away from the max. We're very safe with that with the EVA suits.
True.
Slayton was removed from current flight crew. Well, obviously.
Yeah, because he was hurt.
Also in the news, Ingmar Johansson defeats Floyd Patterson for the World Heavyweight Boxing title. Say what? He wasn't hospitalized? Is he back in the complex? Where is he?
Where was any of the others? Go back to the complex?
Oh, the others are assigned to a program. You know what? That might be where he is. Where the fuck is he? Did he just leave? I don't know where he is. Oh my god.
Nothing like capsule training or whatever?
No, he shouldn't be. Nobody should be in advanced training. I never assigned anybody. That's a little disturbing to me.
Right.
What in the hell happened?
Removed from current flight crew, but then what?
Which should have kept him. I would have thought kept him in the Mercury program. Sweet Mother Jesus.
Huh.
This is insane. Well, the game is bugged in a way that I didn't think it was. That's very... that's
Did we hire another guy?
We can't for 4 seasons.
Well, we hired all of them? I thought we just got the good one.
We got 7 out of 11, and the other 4 just disappeared into thin air. As did this guy, apparently. He's not in Arlington. No. Fucking A. Get a load of this.
Aw, yeah.
We're doing alright. Alright. So we have money now. 130 of it. See, the EVA suits are totally fine. Mercury capsule is fine. We need to increase Gemini.
Yeah, let's do it.
And we need to start getting some bigger stuff. It's time for the Titan rocket. Actually, yeah, we need the Titan in order to fly the Gemini. This ain't gonna be fun for anybody. Now, here's the other kicker. It's got to get to the docking step in order to count toward the docking percentage. So we would have to attempt this anyway, just to try and increase the docking module.
Listen, if they'll let us do it.
Yeah. That's good for research. Now, let's see where we are with the success we have attained. Next step would be to start doing lunar flybys and lunar probes. Start increasing our lunar recon. The probe is more dangerous, but gets us more percentage. You think we want flybys or probe landings?
$9:30. More dangerous.
More dangerous? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do all three. We don't have people to consider here. We do need to get the Ranger satellite up and going. We need another Titan rocket. We may have to flub the money if we want to proceed on this route. Is that something you're willing to do or not at this stage?
Not yet.
Alright. What else we got? We've got 2 missions that can fly now. Here's a neat visual.
Wow.
Cool. 2 missions. No rush. April and June for these orbital docks. Three pieces of equipment here: the Gemini capsule, the docking machine, and the Titan rocket. Here we go.
Launch commit.
Launch is good.
Initially,
We're no go. Roger.
not so
Capcom,
good.
we're no go. Capcom, we're no go.
Engine burn failure. Craft fails to make full orbit. Failure, use alternate. What's this mean?
Going to drogue early. It's a rocking first.
Oh, so we have to go back down, which means the docking factor does not go up.
Roger, drogue came out.
No.
The good news is they make it back.
Okay.
We got the 2-person craft, but that's negated by the failure, so we end up losing a few points. Let's try that again. Or let's not. Explosion during... Oh, no!
Oh.
Explosion during ascent. Flight crew killed.
Then. We already did the ascent.
Yeah, but the rocket on the second mission went up in smoke.
Oh, the second mission. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. And the salute is up. That's a big loss in prestige, too.
Oh, I bet.
Good evening. Developments in the news today. A major explosion destroyed all rocket fuel reserves for the United States. This disaster leaves only enough fuel for one launch this season. And that's the news. I'm Carter Wolfright.
So we lost Wood and Carpenter on that mission. New CIA intelligence. And Gary Player wins the British Open in golf. Well, c'est la vie. And there's still the mystery of the great missing slate. So they scrubbed the Pad B mission for us thanks to that fuel shortage. Uh-oh. We can't afford this.
Oh. We can't afford our single mission?
Nope. We need a surveyor probe.
Is there any way to cut costs?
Not right now, there's not. And it's a program we haven't even started. The surveyor probe. So we have two choices. Flub the money or scrub the mission.
Give us another 10.
Give us another 10?
Yeah.
Alright, increase to 15. Alright. Here. Oh, it didn't reflect the surveyor cost because the program wasn't initiated. We would need 50 for the initial purchase and the maximum research. Do you approve this expense?
50?
50. 30 for the probe itself, and 4 times 5 for max research.
Do we need a probe? Aren't we still working on,
Well, we'd assigned the future mission for the lunar probe landing. And we're still working on docking, but either way, it's going to cost us money.
Oh no, that's a lot. I think we should live with the consequences of our actions.
That would mean scrubbing this mission.
I
Alright. And that's what we'll do. No missions this time. No money to do much of anything, really. We can't even do research on the Titan at one team. Well, living with consequences means we simply pass and let our budget come in. Is that how we're doing it?
do. Yeah.
Okay. We haven't heard anything from the Soviets.
Good evening. Developments in the news today. Space agency officials played host to VIPs today. A group of congressmen visited mission control facilities and seemed pleased with operations. But reports from the White House appeared to be negative.
Uh-oh.
And that's
Why?
the news. I'm Carter Walkwright.
The White House acknowledges that a U-2 spy plane has strayed off course and crashed in the Soviet Union.
Uh-oh.
RIP.
They don't like it when we do that. Oh, okay.
Well, that's less than it was, but we're still over the middle. Probably because we had ultimately a slow season. First thing we ought to do is set future missions. Do we want to proceed with the docking, or do we want to go with the lunar probes?
Proceed with docking.
Aye. Where is the docking? There's the docking, 14. Alright, I'm going to have to get crews assigned here. Alright. You two are going into Gemini. Oh, we can only do 2 of these with the astronauts we have. Alright, we'll make you the capsule pilot, and since you have a point of lunar module, we'll put you there. Alright, so we can do this twice. We're still 3 seasons short of getting any astronauts. Oh, are you? I really hope I can yoink you from training. Now, one thing to notice. You notice that we have a Type 12 mission, followed immediately by a Type 14 mission? No 13?
Yeah, what do those mean?
There's a planet that is not anywhere near here for us to probe. Presumably Saturn. So it won't show us. It won't show a Saturn flyby while it's not the time for Saturn to be close enough to Earth.
Oh, fascinating.
Mm-hmm. They do consider that. Alright, future missions are set. Research must be accomplished on the Titan rocket. 19, that's good. Research must be accomplished on the Gemini. That's good. I mean, the Titan's overall number is still not great, but 25 isn't bad. We'll worry about the auto purchase of equipment later. Everybody's assigned. Future missions are set. 2 seasons to wait. White House is less pleased, but still pleased. I think we better move on.
Good evening. Developments in the news today. Due to a test failure,
Fucking
downgraded the safety factor of one of its programs. And that's the news. I'm Carter Walkwright.
Ugh. The presidential election is too close to call. Senator Kennedy appears to have a slim lead of 113,000 votes over Vice President Nixon out of 68,335,000 votes cast. Their satellites up there, their Sputnik. Wow, they've done some real work. Alright. Gotta keep with the research. Like, this is really just what's necessary now to do this. Okay, 12% up to maximum R&D. How many teams do you think we can get close to 12 without going over? From the percentages you've seen so far on the 5-teamers.
I'm sorry, are you about to try and make me do a math problem?
Would you like me to do it?
Yes.
Alright. I'm going to try for 3 teams. Oh! Only 4%. No, we still get green anyway. I should have done 5. Oh well. I would not have expected this. We have enough money to afford this. And I think before we start probing, we better do this. Make our auto purchases for those 2. Do we want to keep after docking or switch to lunar probes for the next season?
Let's begin the lunar probes.
Alright. I think that was back here. Type 8. No, other way. Type 8. Type 8. Assemble. October, December. No need to rush this. We're pretty far ahead. Research has been done. Can I do more research and have it be worthwhile? Not really. Can I do any equipment purchases and have it be worthwhile? The Surveyor probe is 1200. The Titan rocket is 1500. I can buy 2 more of these rockets. And we're going to start getting a windfall in the spring season. Here goes. Alright, docking mission A. Go. That ran a little close. Good. Look how close that went.
Oh, that may have been the pilot.
Yep. Did we do it?
That looks pretty good.
Ah,
No.
no. We're still getting 5 out of this, I think. All docking attempts have failed due to a computer programming error. But we got there, which is good news. It's going to go up to 45.
Capcom, we're no-go. Capcom, we're no-go.
Premature burnout, engine cutoff. Engine performs below minimum thrust requirement.
Going to drogue early. It's a rocky first.
Re-entry is fine. Recovery landing with Oh, rear perspective. Those waters are rough.
Are they gonna be okay?
They'll be fine. We rolled green, they're good. Oh, nope, 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 I don't want that. Well, Gemini's safety factor went down a bit, but docking went up because we made it that far.
Hold down till
Okay.
or no go. Roger.
And negative ignition, rocket shuts down safely, craft evacuated safely. So that is no increase to docking, but everybody is alive.
Good evening. Developments in the news today. Congress urges additional support from the Air Force and the Navy.
Oh.
3 test pilots are transferred to the space program.
All right.
And that's the news. I'm Carter Wolfcraft.
President Kennedy announced that the Bay of Pigs is a disaster for the U.S.-backed Cuban exiles.
It's true.
Nice. We got extra guys. So they're in basic for now. We have decided to begin probes. We're still slipping down. Okay, now it's time to start the surveyor. Safety factor 45. Research increase to 61. That's actually pretty good. Atlas rocket. No, not Atlas. This one, Titan rocket. 26%. Excellent.
Glad things are going well and we got money enough to do this stuff. I
Indeed.
mean, after the cheese, of course.
Yeah. I mean, are you in complete disagreement with the fact that we cheesed it all? Like imagining what could have been if we hadn't cheesed it? I certainly wouldn't have been able to display what's going on here in full capacity.
True.
4 teams for 17%? Oh wow, only 1% wasted. That's really good. So 78 on the rocket, 86 on the capsule. We're going to do better there. 61 on the probe. That isn't terrible.
We just gotta keep doing it.
Yep, pretty much. So a reminder before that set of missions that the moon recon is at 55. We'll see how well it goes up as we do this. Signed. Auto purchase and assign. Auto purchase and assign. 3 probes should do us real good for that. Astronaut time, 15 megabucks. We have the money. Here we go. 9 positions this time out of 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 9 out of 19. I'm bringing this one on board first, and I'm going to let you figure out the reason why.
Is it because the other ones have negatives? Show me again.
Oh, it has nothing to do with the stats.
Because we know someone who has that last name?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It is an homage to a friend. Do you agree with that method?
No.
Should I just dismiss then for now?
Is there anyone who's actually worth taking?
Let's see. C is a 5er. Conrad is a 5er. Ooh, Lovell's a 6er. Armstrong is a 5er. Cruz is a 6er. And that leaves...
Hang on, there was one that had 4?
Yeah, there are 4s around.
No, I mean like a 4 in Capsule Pilot that I don't know if we had taken.
Armstrong has been taken. Cruz has been taken.
Okay, you got them all.
Yep. A lot of 4s with a 1-3 combination. There's a 4 with a 2-2. Well, we're not taking Knight. These guys are all 3s and 2s. Well, the only question is, do we want the 2-2? Because everybody else with 4s is a 1-3. In favor of endurance. What do you think?
Yeah, if we can afford it,
Oh yeah, we can afford it.
then yes.
And the rest of the crew that we can take for 4 points is all the same stats.
I don't know. Pick one in the middle. That's the guy.
And I'm going to take these 2. They may be a family, and I'm not up to break up a family. Now, we're not going to be able to afford any future missions on just $4.
No, I bet not. Hopefully they'll give us the money.
We're going to need a successful docking for that. And we are taking successful probe landings, and we have 3 chances at this. 61 for the probe, 78 for the rocket. Here we go. The rocket's going to go up. Insertion burn we've seen. Translator injection we have not. Ooh! Pretty blue flame. Uh-oh.
Oh no, that's
Engine burn failure, rocket and payload disintegrate. That is
Disintegrate.
strike 1. We lose 5 prestige for that.
that's not going to be good for our budget.
No.
Hold down till thrust builds up.
Rocket draws close. Insertion burn draws really close. And TLI is fucked. A computer glitch aligns payload for an improper burn. Payload is lost in deep space. Strike 2.
This does not please me.
Alright, one more shot. And more very close calls. Insertion burn goes up there. Communications are lost. Erratic burn causes payload to burn up on re-entry. Strike 3. We lose 15 prestige, and we have no future missions to fall back on.
So that sounds like it's the end of us, eh?
Essentially. This is what happens if we don't cheat. Much.
Good evening. Developments in the news today. The space program has lost several key research scientists in a very short period of time. This setback will mean weaker results in research and development. And that's the news. I'm Carter Wolfright.
And it's the fall. Soviets are still doing better than us in most of the ways that we know. We'll see that later. Well, more dockings or more probes?
Can we afford to buy more probes? Can we
We
afford anything?
we can next season. We're in fall now. Spring will hit and we'll get money. What do you think?
Can we afford one of each?
Sure. Do we want to fill the third mission with anything?
Another docking. Why the hell not?
Oh, there's the Saturn flyby. We have the crews to do it. Can we do any research? Preferably on... Ooh, that's a bad weakness. On this. We can do one team on the money we've got. 4% is better than none. Alright.
Good evening. Developments in the news today. This morning, a corporation submitted to space leaders a proposal for a small space scooter. The lightweight hopper could ferry one astronaut down to the lunar surface for a 6-hour duration.
No thank
And that's
you.
the news. I'm
That
Carter
sounds,
Wolkright.
dumb? It sounds dumb.
It's not actually a thing. It does not come up as a mission. Basically, that is to say, nothing happened.
I see.
So, when somebody announces retirement, they're going to stay for 2 more seasons or 1 more year and then go. Jaeger, one of our pilots, got thrown out because fat, I guess. The movie Lawrence of Arabia has won the Oscar for Best Picture. We didn't make triple digits this time. And we're back down to where we were 4 years ago. Alright, well, research time. I'm going to go with 4 teams on this for 19%, I hope. 1%, good. We don't need the Saturn rocket yet. We don't need the Apollo capsule yet. Let's do our assemblages, because we're going to need to buy there. That cost us 58 megabucks to get the equipment for these missions. We're only going to be able to afford 1 mission, and that's if we don't do any research. Do we want to try and go out on a positive note with 1 more mission, or let this be the final wave for what we do?
1 more.
1 more?
Mm-hmm.
Of which kind?
Docking.
1 more dock?
Yeah.
Gonna have to yank from training. Oops. I'd say let's force our other 2 test pilots to show their mettle. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it.
Fuck it, indeed.
Because the rest... Honestly, the rest of this is more of the same general idea until there's either a winner or we run out of time.
Make question to you is, do we want to try Kerbal Space Program next week?
I'd be down for that, for sake of fairly back-to-back comparison.
Yeah.
Now, Black...
I'm so bad at it.
Yeah. I mean, it can't be any worse than how I'm doing. I'm going down the shitter with this at this point. Strong start because we cheated, and then week after.
Well, I made you uncheat.
Yeah, you did. Now, the fact that the name is Black represents that the guy's going out. Which doesn't matter to us because we're done. Alright, assignment has been made.
I mean, you can do future missions.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
This is for that one last go in the fall. What the fuck? What do you mean there are not enough?
There are currently not.
What do you mean?
Yeah, only one guy's name was Black.
Well, yeah, but I just made the transfer, and the guy is still active duty, so I don't know what. I don't know what that was about. You know what?
Maybe it has to occur?
You know what? Here, you two. Your moods are 69. I'm gonna get you out of here.
Possibly the sweet embrace of death.
Now we're going to incorporate a backup crew for one of these. Alright, now, future mission. Type 14. We're going to make the test pilots the primary, and these two guys the backup, should anything happen. I kind of hope something does happen to one of the primaries, just so we can see that mechanic in action. Future mission set. Hardware is assembled. March, April, May. There's no research to be done. We've gotten pretty close to all of them. And off we go. 86 on the probe, 81 on the rocket. Pretty good. Here we go. Nice roll. Very nice roll. Good, good. TLI is good.
Close.
And now mid-course correction burn. Lunar deorbit burn.
Fine.
Now this is our first successful probe, provided the hardware doesn't fail on us on the very next step.
I was going to say, do we get the data even if it crashes?
Here it is, photo recon. That is a good question that we will see the answer to shortly.
Like, this is the 50s. It's probably on a piece of magnetic...
Oh, no.
4 forward, just into the right level.
It got the reconnaissance. Was it able to send to us, though?
Probably not.
Or does it not? Or does it not?
Encoding visual image and radio, Captain?
We may have been. I don't know.
Okay, engine stop. We copy you down, Eagle.
Retrofire failure. Probe disintegrates on the surface.
That doesn't sound good.
Yeah. We'll check the recon anyway. Okay. Gemini 86. Titan goes up by 1%. Docking is a 45.
Still not great.
Nope. Good on launch. Good on burn. Good on Earth orbital. Hardware is up. Docking succeeds!
But then, what about all the rest of it?
For docking, the rest of it doesn't matter. For prestige and for human life, it sure
I would
does.
like them to live.
Well, they will if they survive. If they survive this landing, they will. Re-entry is good. Yeah!
Yeah!
We have the
Should've had
first.
these guys flying the whole time.
We have the first man docking.
Only
10.
8 prestige.
Yeah.
Does that mean the Soviets got there first?
No, we would have heard about it. They would have shown a. They would have shown a video of their mission on public television. But we got 10.
Get 8 prestige.
Yep.
Fuck that.
But we got 10% on the docking percentage, which is fantastic.
That is good.
Ooh, close.
Is this docking or probe?
This is docking.
All folding to the boat.
Okay.
Or no go.
Ah.
Capcom or no go.
Better, but not
Capcom or
better
no go.
enough.
Computer programming
Yeah,
error
it's in
again.
case.
So now we have to go back down.
Well, at least they're alive.
All decent rolls. Everybody lives. Partial failure. We get 1 prestige.
Good evening. Developments in the news today. Sources from the Space Agency have disclosed an engineering error.
What an
with a
insane
50%
thing
chance
to
that
say.
the next mission will explode during launch. And that's the news. I'm Carter Walkwright.
And everybody else made it through their 3 semesters. President Kennedy has announced a quarantine of Cuba and warns that any attack in the Western Hemisphere would be treated as if it were a Soviet attack on the United States.
What an also insane thing to say.
Well, we're pretty much in fuck this mode, right?
No, it's 10:01 and we're going to bed mode.
Alright, then let's do this very quick. Assigned to November. Fuck everything else, off we go. 88, 60, 84. Close on launch. Good, good, good. Ooh, real good. Docking succeeded on what looks like no higher than a 2.
Ours are nice and big.
Oh, fuck.
Or no go.
Extreme heat causes insulation and cabin components to give off toxic fumes and injures Powell.
Okay. A 98 roll.
98.
Well, nothing's ever completely safe.
Mission injury. One last check.
Developments in the news today. In government news today, the Pentagon issued an order that the next available launch will be a spy satellite.
Oh.
No, it won't.
Funding appropriation of $5 megabucks has been made to reflect this expense. And that's the news. I'm Carter
Retired.
Walkwright.
Injured.
Yep. France and Germany have signed a treaty of cooperation ending over 4 centuries of conflict. Now, it showed in the news that he was injured, but Slayton did not show as injured. He just disappeared off the face of the fucking earth.
Yeah, that was very weird.
And final report. We stay the same. And that's that. So let's find... And that's what happens when you use money to cheat, as opposed to the last time where we offered no resistance. And with that, I am Alpha.
I've been wit.
And until next week when we do Kerbal Space Program over on Wit's channel, stay masculine.
Stay masculine, indeed.